Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it is your first time. My name is Brennan Lagman and this is Intuitive Insight, a place where you can find all kinds of content related to holistic wellness and spirituality. I'm an intuitive life coach and a tarot reader, and today I'll be giving you guys a extended reading on the new moon. What's in store for this new moon? Today on May 22nd, new moon in Gemini. So it's been quite a while since I've posted a tarot reading, and that's because a lot of things have been changing constantly. So before Vietnam was closed down for COVID 2 months before the rest of the world, so I didn't have any work, so I was making content, and then I started teaching online, and I planned to move back home. Now I can't move back home because of COVID, so I'm here and I don't have a job. So a lot is changing. So I'm going to be doing this full time from now on. So I guess that's the most exciting thing, that now that I'm not teaching online, I'll have more time to get more content out to you guys. So hopefully you'll be seeing more of these pick a card readings at least once a week, so tune in for that. Now, jumping straight into it, this is about the new moon, which is in Gemini. And so Gemini is my friend because I am a Virgo and I'm ruled by Mercury. So Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a planet of communication. And so the focus of this new moon and this new sun cycle is going to be a lot on communication, how you communicate with yourself and how you communicate with others. So this is just a time, you can definitely Google more about Mercury and this new moon in Gemini energy. I'm not an astrologer myself, but I think this is a time that is going to make us communicate a lot more. There's going to be a lot more communication with people and within ourselves, but also Gemini tends to be quite reactive. They can feel one way one day and another way very quickly. They might say one thing and then say something different. So this is also a time where like you might feel kind of like your emotions and your thoughts and the things that you have to say might be flipping back and forward or might come out of nowhere. Gemini has this very like abrupt, quick moving energy as well, and it's a masculine energy. So communication might be coming through to you in very unexpected ways. So just be prepared for that in this new moon. So the new moon is always about like new beginnings and kind of like what is being left behind and what are we making space for moving forward, which is really exciting because this is also the ending of Ramadan. And so it is a Muslim holiday, and because it is a month long, I don't know so much about like the religious practice behind it, but it's very significant that a huge majority of the world have been observing this spiritual holiday, and it is ending tomorrow. Okay, so there's a lot of fasting, there's a lot of controlling your like controlling the body's temptations, right? Like no eating food, abstaining from alcohol and coffee and all of these kind of indulgences. And so it's really nice to have this new beginning and this new moon because like if you've been having any sort of penance, it's like we've all been having a penance in some way. We're all kind of celebrating Ramadan. There's a lot of things that we're not allowed access to right now around the world at different areas on the spectrum. So it's a very interesting time that this is happening. So I'm excited to give you guys this reading. I am taking private bookings, so you can book in the link below, intuitiveinsight.net, and I am pretty open right now, so please book if you're interested. Don't forget to share and like this. So we have 3 different piles, and the questions we're going to be answering today are, if you see my eyes looking, I am reading my dry erase board. Where are you now? What have you released? What have you retained, or what should you retain in this new lunar cycle? What will you receive from Spirit or God or Allah, whatever you know it by? What is emerging from within you? How can you manifest results? And what additional resources are available to you? Okay, so we have three piles here. We have Amethyst, number one, Quartz, number two, and Smoky Quartz, number three. So, as we always do in my readings, we're going to start just having a short meditation and see which one calls out to you. So, go ahead and close your eyes with me just for a moment. Tune into your breath. And I'm going to say the piles again and just hear, feel, see whatever resonates with you. So we have pile 1, Amethyst, pile 2, Quartz, and pile 3, Smoky Quartz. Which one resonates with you? Okay. So, my pile number 1 friends, we're going to get started with this Amethyst. Okay. I'm super excited. So I shuffled the cards a little differently to save time. I usually don't just pull from the top, I pull flyers. So I still have faith that it's going to come out. And let's go ahead and get started. So the first question, where are you now? We're going to pull two, oh, shoot, sorry. We're going to pull two cards, the animal totem and the archetype. So where are you now? We have the King of Cups in reverse, and we have the teacher. Okay. So, for those of you who chose this pile, where are you now? Right now, you may be feeling a bit emotionally overwhelmed. Generally, you might be someone who seems to have it all under control. You might be someone who seems to have a lot of emotional energy, but you can use it in a very productive way. You might have a lot of creative energy, but out in the world, you use it in a productive way. But right now, with the King of Cups in reverse, this is like a blockage of creativity. This could be like emotional immaturity. You might just be feeling emotionally overwhelmed. You might be feeling at this time that you don't have control over specifically your emotions or just like the kind of energies that are flowing around you at this time. And where are you now? You're also a teacher. So this could literally be teachers. There's many people who are educators or leaders in some way. I mean, we could even expand this to like people who are managers, people who are leaders, people who are in positions where people look up to you and look to you for information. And so, where are you now? It's like you're a teacher, but this is a really challenging time. I think you might be having a hard time just dealing with the emotional stress of all of these big changes. Like, I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for years now, and I know, like, for me personally, I love to have systems in place for my classrooms. And so, like, just not having any of those systems, not having your kind of like way of doing things there to support you and having to adapt to all these changes can be a bit overwhelming. So I'm just getting the sense that, yeah, you are a teacher and you might, in some way, and you might be overwhelmed in some way right now, or might just feel like you're not really in control of what you're feeling. And that's totally normal, all things considered. And so, what have you released in this past lunar cycle? So, over this past month, pretty much, what have you released? And here we have Dahlia. It is from the Kun Oracle deck. And Dahlia shows a wing emerging from a shell that is coiled like a rope. And so I see a coil as the power of creation. And with this wing, this is about like coming out of your shell. This is about like unleashing what has been hidden, what you've been afraid to create and to move forward with. And I mean, this is pretty much universal, I think, for a lot of people right now. Spirit is calling on you to like really come out of your shell and share what you've been hiding, you know, what you've been sitting on. So, what have you released? I feel like in this position, Maybe you have released your insecurities surrounding something, or you're going to have to release it moving forward, however that resonates with you. In whatever way that you have clipped your wings, in whatever way that you've like subdued your passions or creative projects or just something you want to say to the world, right now you're releasing those blockages, and maybe like releasing those blockages is quite emotional, and that is pretty normal. But let it flow, let it come out. Release whatever insecurities are keeping you subdued. This is not the time to be subdued. um, what have you retained, and what should you retain? I really like this. Humble. Okay, so humble is about being of service, right? So I'm getting something. I'm hearing that you are being called to try something new. However, as a teacher, you're someone who's of service to people, right? And so if the way that you were of service before is no longer working, and you're thinking of coming out with something new, you need to retain the service aspect. You need to be serving people in some way. This is about humility. This is about washing the feet. This is about offering. This is about offering the strengths that you have, the gifts that you were given to the world. And again, coming back to this, it's like you were given these gifts, you were given these insights, you have this wisdom. What good is it doing just sitting with you? Go out and share it with the world and be of service, whatever it is that you're sitting on. Definitely, I am seeing that come through. Um, what will you receive from Spirit in this upcoming lunar cycle? So we have the Emperor in reverse, and we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what you will receive, I'm really getting letting loose, being able to let loose. You were probably in a position where you were trying to have a lot of control, or you used to have a lot of control over the situation. The Emperor in reverse is like there are a lot of things that are just outside of your control. There are a lot of things that, like, I mean, it's very clear with coronavirus. That's what this is about. This is about honestly letting go of what you cannot control. So what you will receive from Spirit is, I think, the go ahead to let loose, to just be free. Like there's so much in our society that pressures us to be doing, to be productive with our time. And Spirit is really calling on all of us to like throw all of that out the window. Be like nature. We can't control nature. Even this tiny little virus is so powerful, and it's controlling everything that we thought had power and control. So Spirit is really going to manifest this new energy of you being able to be free, being able to set yourself free. And with the Three of Cups in reverse, what will you receive from Spirit? I, I'm getting a clear message that this is going to be inner confirmation for you, not confirmation from other people. If you are looking for other people to tell you to go ahead, to give you permission, other people to resonate with you, I think what's going to come forward is self alignment, right? Self affirmation. You don't need the approval of anyone else to come forward with this thing that you've been sitting on. And it's very, very clear that this affirmation is going to come from within you and from within your space. Okay, so move forward with it. Let go of what you cannot control, and Spirit is pushing you towards your own dreams and what you are looking to bring forward. Super exciting! Oh, this is great. Um, okay, so what is emerging from within you? What is emerging from within you? We have the Devil in reverse, and we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Strength card. Wow! Okay. Wow, this is so clear. What is emerging from within you is you are releasing self-limiting beliefs. Very, very clear. Okay, so you have been busy and you have been on top of your game in some way or another, but at the same time, you've been limiting yourself. And so This is a shakeup. This is a global tower moment, right? Spirit is like, hey, here are your blind spots. Here are I think of like little gardens. We all have these little gardens, and it's like our job is the one that we're watering a lot, and this and this. And so Spirit's like, look at these other little patches that you have not watered and nourished. And so usually that comes from self-limiting beliefs and doubts and fears. So what's emerging from you is a new energy where you are going to be releasing a lot of those limiting behaviors and beliefs and have a new beginning. Yes. Okay, so a new beginning that has to do with money or career. So if you have been like, okay, I'm working at this job, but I'm looking for something new, some new way to be of service, some new way to express this thing that has been hidden, this is a great sign that you have the abundance from the universe that is going to give you the time, the energy, the money, the resources to invest into this new opportunity. So if that new opportunity is like working online, some project that you put on the back burner and never really invested in, now is the time. Scratch all those limiting beliefs. Any doubt that you have in your mind, let it go, because the universe is calling you to move forward and you have the strength. You have the strength. The universe, spirit is saying that no matter what this road brings, no matter how bumpy it is, you are like this ox that has grown and has walked many, many pathways, and you have the endurance within yourself. And so that is going to carry you forward. That is very, very clear, and that's actually very, very exciting. How can you manifest results? Okay, so we have deal with the unexpected. And this is in alignment with this Emperor in reverse, letting go of control. Even this King of Cups in reverse. King of Cups is someone who is in control of their emotions. And right now it's upside down. It's like, be messy. Feel whatever you feel and feel it unapologetically, because what you feel will be the fuel to everything that you create. Dealing with the unexpected. It says, treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. That is beautiful. This is all very, very beautiful. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to have it all figured out. You have to know that the universe is moving you. And so an affirmation that is coming to me that I want you to say in your meditation is that I am not in control. The universe is in control of my life. The universe provides everything for me. I do not have to worry about anything. I am taken care of. I am guided. I don't have to have all the answers. I have to just trust in myself and that the universe will provide. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. Wow. Okay. So, um, also, same question. How can you manifest results? Here we have the Seven of Cups. Okay. So, with the Seven of Cups, this is about like a variety of options. You might have a variety of options. You might have shiny object syndrome. This could be a call on you to, if you're focusing on too many things right now, to really focus on one. Okay, so like if you're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to try that, maybe it's the time to like cut a little bit of the fat and find really what is the thing that is most in alignment with your heart and most in alignment with your passion, and go forward into that thing. So deal with the unexpected, but also narrow down your choices. Okay, finally, what additional resources are available to you? The Queen of Pentacles. Boom. Okay. Abundance. There is abundance of energy, time, wealth, resources, health, everything related to those things that are on your side. So this card is saying tap into your inner reserves. We all have inner reserves, and the inner abundance within you, the inner ability to generate. This is like the root of your tree. You are a tree. This is the Queen of Pentacles is the root. This is the ability within you to draw on that nourishment within you to create the time, the energy, and the resources that you need to move something forward. So call upon your inner energy, just your inner abundance. rest, and like all of this rest that you've been having is like been charging a battery, supercharging it. And so now that you've been resting and now that you've been taking that time, you are supercharged. So the additional resources available to you are your superchargedness from this lockdown. This is a breathtaking reading. I'm so excited for you whoever has chosen pile number 1. This is really exciting. Go forward, spread your wings, trust in yourself, and trust in the universe. Moving on to pile number 2, we have quartz, okay? So for those of you who chose the quartz pile number 2, this is the one that I chose in my mind and I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm kind of excited. Let's see what we have in store. Okay. So first, where are you now? 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So 6 of Pentacles is, oh, and sorry, we have the Lover as well. So these are 2 for where are you now. So 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you, like myself, may be dealing with some issues surrounding the home and surrounding like the resources to like take care of yourself, take care of your family and the people around you. There might be some uncertainty surrounding money, surrounding wealth, surrounding like just your ability to like take care of the coop. Okay. And so right now there might be some blockages or just things that are up in the air, and similar to the first one, just things that are not in your control. And so right now, this is about frugality. This is about being frugal, about this is the time to kind of pinch your pennies and think about what you're spending on, and really consider what you need and what you don't need. This could also be about mindset, right? Maybe you might be coming from like a lack mindset. That's something that I struggle with and that I'm working on actively every day, is knowing that like despite the actual dots and zeros on my bank account, there is infinite wealth and abundance in this universe, and it is constantly in flow. And so whether it's like in my hand or not doesn't mean that it's not in a state of flow. So right now, maybe you could be having to work on your abundance mindset, having to work on how you feel towards money and how you feel about how you're able to provide for others and how you are provided for, okay? And then with the Lover, it's like there's a lot of passion right now, and this does not have to be a relationship, like you're someone who just loves a lot. You feel a lot about something right now. There might be some great feeling that has come up into your life through all of what's going on right now. Could be like a passion project, could be an idea that you're passionate about, it could be a relationship that you're passionate about. But right now, it's like you're trying to deal with your sense of having the resources to do stuff, but also you're feeling passion. You're feeling your heart is bursting, and you've got something you want to say, something you want to do, and you want to move towards the object of your desire. And maybe you're feeling a bit blocked because you might not have the resources, or it seems like you don't have the resources, but love is a resource, okay? And so if your love can flow from your heart with that intensity, imagine that love is money. Imagine that it's wealth and abundance, and see what happens. So in this lunar cycle, what have you released? Beautiful, beautiful card, human pollen. So you have been resting. You have been taking care of yourself. You can see this human is sitting in this flower, and you have rejuvenated yourself from within. This is a gorgeous picture, like the pollen is the fragrance of the flower. It's what attracts other um, birds and bees to the flower, but it is self-contained. And so it is created within. And so you have created this beautiful energy within yourself. You've done some healing. You have done some healing. And now it's time to release those spores, like now it's time to emerge from this healing space. it's giving me tears because this is what I pulled. There's been a lot of healing, and now it's time to open that flower, release that pollen forward to start attracting and attracting everything that your heart desires. You deserve this. Your heart feels it. And it doesn't matter what your external environment says, because you have been doing some beautiful work within yourself. And so now it's time to let that flower open up. And what have you retained, and what should you retain? Oh my God. Scarab is the heart chakra. So there's so much heart chakra here. You are in a place of self-love, and it has taken some work to get here. And let me tell you, I'm getting emotional because this is the one that I picked, and it has taken so much self-work to get here. And Scarab is a protection for your heart chakra. That this is a balance between being vulnerable and also being protected. And it's a sign, this is a good luck charm from the universe, that if you have been hurt in the past, if your vulnerability and sharing what you're truly passionate about, sharing what you love, has hurt you in the past, what you should retain is your ability to protect yourself. You are protected and you are guided, and your heart is absolutely beautiful, like this scarab. And so when it comes to what you should retain, retain your beating heart. Let your beating heart and all that it feels and all that it has to say be your guide. The scarab guided Aladdin in the desert to find that treasure in the lion's mouth, right? And so the scarab, your heart is your guide. Your feelings are your guide. Do not hide from them and do not apologize for them. Whether they are anger or sadness or hurt or pain or happiness or elation or joy, there's no such thing as a negative emotion. Let your heart lead you, because you've got some beautiful stuff to say and to share with this world. And I'm excited for you and for me. Okay, what will you receive from Spirit? Okay, we have the Sun in reverse. We have the Three of Wands. Okay, what you will receive from Spirit. With the Sun in reverse, I'm seeing this as you will receive a calling back to yourself. Okay? So a lot of your attention has been maybe focused outward on like what is next, what you're moving towards. And so with the Sun in reverse, but in this question, what will you receive from Spirit? I think that you will receive the okay to direct that light towards yourself, okay? And so again, like maybe you have given a lot of yourself to other people. Maybe you have given a lot of your love to others. And right now, Spirit is going to say, like, when you listen to your heart and when you shine the light within yourself rather than without, when you shine that light within, it will reflect back out. And so Spirit is pulling you towards yourself. So honor what you feel. Shine a light on what you feel. Illuminate what your inner world is trying to bring to the surface, okay? And so Spirit is going to help you illuminate what you're trying to bring to the surface and what people cannot see. And let it be known, and help you let it be seen. So if you've been struggling with telling your truth, telling your story, being honest and authentic, I think that Spirit is going to be helping you to bring that to the forefront. And with the Three of Wands in reverse, I'm seeing this as a time to stop resting and stop just observing and go ahead and move forward. Things have changed a lot. There have been a lot of plans flipped on their head, like I said, like me not being able to go home, whatever. And Spirit is going to move you forward in the new path in whatever way that you need. And so, like, these are very much in alignment with each other. You're going to be moved forward, and the way forward, leading with the heart and not with the head, is going to come to you. Let's see, what is emerging from within you? We have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Six of Swords. So cool. From within you, you are emerging with the balance between your heart and your head. So again, there's been a lot of healing. You've probably have like some really intense emotional undercurrents in your being, and you've had them for a while. And what's emerging from within you in this new lunar cycle is the ability to balance what you feel and what you think, to balance all of that really intense emotional energy and have the knowledge to be able to navigate the tricky landscapes of your emotions and how you communicate them and how you rationalize and understand them. So you're coming from this place that was very emotional to self-healing, to self-reflecting, to tuning into your passions. And now you're turning it into like a space of being able to balance all of the opposing forces, but also to tap into your wisdom from your past experiences to move things forward in the most productive way and to be able to anticipate what kinds of issues might be along the way, what kinds you know your past harms, your past mistakes, those are your teachers, those are your guides. And so you now have whatever pain in the past, whatever trauma you've had to heal, is allowing you to build a roadmap to be able to make it past any obstacles that arise. And you can say, you know what, I know that obstacle. I've been there before and I know how to get through it, and my heart will get me through it. So, how can you manifest results? Okay, fine wine. Longing is the portal to wholeness. And the Nine of Cups. Okay, longing is the portal to wholeness. Fulfill your heart's desire. How can you manifest it? Go with what your heart is beating for. Forget what makes the most sense. Forget what makes the most rational sense. What's the most logical idea? Indulge your wildest dreams. What is your wildest dream? If you're making $2,000 a month and you're like, okay, I'd love to make $5,000 a month, but my wildest dream is like $10,000. $10,000 a week. Okay, indulge that wildest dream. If you're like, I want to travel, okay, maybe I'll go to Florida. Actually, I want to go to 3 countries in the next year. Okay, indulge it. Indulge your heart. Feel it unapologetically. Nine of Cups. This is like sit back and celebrate this work that you have done. You have healed. You have listened to your body. You have rested. You have tuned into your heart, and you know your true self. So sit back and enjoy the beauty that you are. Be proud of it. Show it to people. Say, look at this beautiful person that I have become, despite all of my setbacks and despite all of the things that have hurt me. Look at me. I am living my dreams. Living your dreams. Live your dreams. What additional resources are available to you? We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so right side up, this is about leaving behind things that feel disappointing. This is actually about going against the flow. And so um, with the Eight of Cups in reverse, I feel like what additional resources are available to you? Because this salmon's swimming up river. He's going against the flow and he has to work so much harder rather than just allowing the things that are flowing to come. So here, your ability to flow is going to be the resources that you need to get through. Like I was talking about money, having this fear that money is not coming, but then knowing, you know what, money is in a constant state of flow. Flow. Allow what you're feeling to flow through you. Allow your dreams to flow through you. You have the ability to let go, dig your feet out of the sand, and just pick up in the water and go. And the water will take you. The universe and spirit will take you where you need to go. Allow that passion and that love that is flowing from you to be like the river that guides you, and just float on it. So this is a very beautiful reading as well. You have healed a lot, and I'm so proud of you. I want to say that, whoever's listening, I am proud of you, and I affirm you for all that you feel and all that you have gone through, and I am wishing your heart the best on its journey forward. So that concludes pile number 2. So now we will be moving into pile number 3, the Smoky Quartz for this new moon in Gemini. So all my friends who chose pile number 3, here is your reading. We are going to start with where are you now? We have Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Mother. Wow, this is a beautiful one already beginning. So, where are you now? The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You might be dealing with something that you have invested in the past might be blocked right now. You might have thought that something that you wanted to give your time and your energy to in the past that it would be successful, but actually things are not going your way. Things might be seeming to move backwards. You might be dealing with maybe like a loss of money. You might feel like you're losing money, losing time, losing resources. You might feel like you don't have what it takes to move your projects or whatever this ace of this thing is forward. You might also be feeling very limited in your energy, something like that. And with the Mother, you might be in a caregiving situation. You might be responsible for taking care of other people at this time, whether you are actually a mother or a father, or in whatever capacity right now you are having to be able to nurture something, nurture someone, to have unconditional love and joy and give birth to life. But it says the shadow attributes are smothering or abandoning, is instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So you might be having to be a caretaker, and that might be feeling like it's taking your precious energy in some way. It's taking your precious resources. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with this. And what have you released in this lunar cycle? Moving from the full moon to this moon, what have you released? Okay, and so this is touch. All right, so this could be what have you released or what should you release. Interesting. So, touch is about empathy. Touch is about feeling. Touch is about sensitivity. This is about the intelligence of the body and the five senses and our ability to feel things. And so, as a mother, you might have been feeling many things in this past cycle. You might be feeling a mixture of emotions. You might be feeling the emotions of the people that you're taking care of. You might be feeling you might just be a big feeler. You might be a big nurturer. And so you might feel a lot just for the world in general. You might be a light worker or a healer, and that could be a mothering thing. And so, in whatever capacity, this has to do with like healing and touch and tuning into your five senses. And maybe we'll get some more clarity as we move because these are still a little confusing to me. Let's see. What you've retained and what you should retain is that you are adaptable. So this is about walking a fine line between your heart and your head. Sometimes your heart feels something, but your head, it's like the R. Kelly song, my mind's telling me no, but my body, right? And so this is calling on you to retain your adaptability, to retain your ability to find that fine line and that balance between what you're feeling and what you're thinking. And so if you've released your sensitivity and okay, so maybe you are very, very sensitive right now. You might be very sensitive again to what's going on in the world, but also the people around you. And so you're going to have to maybe set some boundaries or really be aware of your sensitivity. And maybe you've been focused so much on healing others that you've not been healing yourself. And so right now, or you could be coming across as overdoing it or smothering others with your care. And so just be careful and try to walk a fine line. Try and find that balance between what you're giving and what you're receiving. And then what will you receive from Spirit in this lunar cycle? we have the Ace of Swords. So you could have a new idea, a new way of looking at things, a new perspective coming forward. And with the Hanged Man, like clearly there's a new perspective coming forward. Okay. So you're a caregiver, and I'm getting the sense that how you give care, how you give nurturing, um, you're going to have to change the way that you view it. You're going to have to change the way that you your perspective on giving care, on being of service to others. And that is very clear here. So what you will receive is the a new perspective on how to do things, a new perspective on how to take care of yourself or to take care of others. And with the, let's see, Eight of Swords, this is what is emerging from within you. Okay, interesting, very interesting. The Lovers in reverse. So what's emerging from within you is you may be dealing with a lot of fear and insecurity and self-doubt right now. And so this is that Ace of Pentacles. Like right now, maybe feeling like you don't have the resources to just deal with everything going on. And what is emerging from within you is like a fear mindset. So you may be self-sabotaging yourself. You may feel trapped and overwhelmed about things that are easily to your undoing if you willed it, right? And so sometimes just changing your perspective, changing the way that you view things is going to change what emerges from you. If you're coming from a lack mindset and you're like, oh my God, everything's so overwhelming, and oh my God, I can't handle this. If that is your mantra, then that's what's emerging from within you. Okay, so your environment is going to reflect that. So really try to rein in those self-limiting beliefs and listen to your mantras. If you say this is too much, if you catch yourself saying that out loud or within your mind, pause and think, that's a mantra. That is coming from within me. And the universe is going to respond, and my world's going to reflect what's coming from within me. So address the fear mindset, the doubt mindset, and the lack mindset. The Lovers in reverse is like there's something out of balance within you. Again, with adaptable, so you've got to balance the self-limiting thoughts that you have in your head and the emotions that you have in your heart. If you're feeling like, oh, I feel like I really want this, but your mind's like, no, it's too much, it's keeping you from moving forward. And so what has to emerge from you is this place of balance has to come in, where you're able to balance your head and your heart. I mean, it's very clear. How can you manifest results? Move forward and experience the grace of who you truly are. Okay? So, step into the light. Step into the light. The darkness that you're in, the lack that you're in, a lot of it is self-imposed. Okay? So, if you want to stay there, if you want to stay in this place where you feel like, ooh, any way that I move, I'm going to be hurt, that's where you're going to be. And so Spirit is calling on you, saying like, if you want to if you want to manifest results, you've got to move forward. You can't stay stuck because you're afraid of making the wrong decision or whatever's going to happen to you. Go forward. Also, disappointment. Okay, so move forward. If something has been disappointing, if you've been giving a situation or a person or people or whatever a lot of your love and energy and you've not been receiving that back, it's gonna be disappointing. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna have to grieve sometimes. That's just life, right? And so right now, something has been very disappointing, but this person's focusing on what's disappointing and they're not focusing on what's still going for them. So there's always something good that's going for you. It just depends on what you want to focus on. So this is very clear. This is a lot about mindset. This is a lot about perspective here, okay? So if you're focusing on what has been disappointing, it's time to move forward. It's time to go on. It's just time. No, the universe is moving everyone forward, and so do you want to be stuck on what's not working and what is disappointing, or do you want to move on to something greater? Finally, what additional resources are available to you? Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so You have the ability to act now, right now, today. Stop waiting. This is a clear sign. Um, this is not the time to wait. The additional resources are going to come to you one foot in front of the other. So take that step today, and everything is going to be filling out perfectly for you. Okay? Not perfectly, sorry. Everything will be, it's like momentum. You're sitting still. Uh, Putting the car in drive, even with your gas off of the pedal, it starts to move forward. So just by turning on that ignition and putting the car into the right gear, guess what? You might not be moving as fast as you'd like. You might encounter some resistance along the way, but you are moving. So now is the time to put that shit into gear and get it moving. Go beyond what has been disappointing, whatever's been draining you, whatever has been sucking your soul. It's time to move on. There is an abundance of new energy in this universe that is waiting to inject itself into your life, and all you have to do is open yourself and allow it to come forward. So this concludes the third pile for the new moon reading, this Smoky Quartz. I hope that you enjoyed this, and yeah. So that concludes our new moon pick a card reading. I hope that you found some meaning in it, and hopefully some of the things resonated with you. I am wishing you all the best in this new moon journey. I think this is such a wonderful collective time, and I'm so excited to see all of the things that are happening in people's lives, all of the transformations and changes amidst a lot of this tumultuous reality that we are living in. I am wishing you all the best. If you found this useful, please like, share, comment down below which pile you picked, and let me know your thoughts. Also, I am offering private readings, so if you want to know more about love, career, finance, whatever it is, whatever your situation is, if you'd like to do even like a tailor-made reading for your specific situation, I offer that. You can check out my website in the link below. Other than that, that is all. Wishing you a happy new moon in Gemini, and let this new energy be glorious.